This time, we're going to dive deep into the life of Bartholomew Kuma and his profound impact on Luffy, especially focusing on the deep sentiments he entrusted to Luffy and the meaningful stories behind his actions. How does this legendary character play a pivotal role in One Piece, and what messages does he convey? Bartholomew Kuma's life is intertwined not only with his influence on Luffy, but also with his deep friendship with Dr. Vegapunk. We'll analyze in detail how this friendship impacts the story and how Kuma's will is being passed on. This theme, which has garnered significant interest among Japanese fans, will be explained in an easily understandable manner. If you find this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if the phrase "carrying on Kuma's will" resonates with you, please leave your thoughts in the comments. Please note that this video is based on content up to episode 1102, so be mindful of spoilers. Stay tuned for some intriguing insights. In the last episode, number 1101, we saw Bonney, the leader of the worst generation Bonney pirates, starting her journey from the Soulboy Kingdom. Amazingly, this episode directly connects to the main storyline of One Piece. The focus was primarily on key events like Luffy's battle with Arlong in the East Blue, the dangerous escape from Colonel Smoker in Logu Town, and the brave scene where Zoro took on Luffy's pain in Thriller Bark. Additionally, Luffy's powerful punch to St. Charlos in Water 7 and the tumultuous moment when Luffy and his crew, chased by Kizaru and Sentomaru, were scattered by Kuma. These events are portrayed through the perspective of Kuma, Dragon, and Ace, adding new depths to the One Piece narrative. Through these episodes, we come across revelations like, this is what is actually happening behind the scenes, creating an exciting unfolding of events for the fans. For instance, in the scene where Dragon saves Luffy in Logu Town, it seems there was a deeper motive behind saving Luffy. However, from Dragon's previous interactions with Kuma and his recent conversation with Sabo, it's evident that it was a parent's concern for Luffy embroiled in a fight with Smoker. It's a portrayal of what you might call parental folly, revealing a parent's deep love and care. Additionally, Dragon headed to Logu Town with the intention of helping Luffy. This fact strongly suggests that the sudden storm in Logu Town was possibly Dragon's doing. It was then revealed that Kuma's decision to scatter Luffy and his crew was driven by his desire for them to gain more strength. This stems from Kuma witnessing Luffy's defiance against the Celestial Dragon in Water 7, understanding and empathizing with their stance to protect the Fishman race. Moreover, the scene where Jinbei discussed with Ace about Luffy defeating Arlong foreshadows future developments in this story. Notably, in Impelled Down in the Summit Wards, Jinbei seems to hold Luffy in high regard, more than just as Ace's brother. This could be a sign of respect for Luffy, who defeated Arlong, once an ally and now a fallen enemy. Other intriguing episodes that complement the original One Piece narrative have also emerged. This is likely a foreshadowing for the new anime series, The One Piece, announced at Jump Festa 2024. This new series is anticipated to reconstruct the storyline, offering a fresh perspective. According to the production committee's statement, this project involves rewriting One Piece animation from the East Blue arc utilizing modern cinematography. We aim to depict Luffy's journey with a novel and vivid approach leveraging cutting-edge technology. This indicates that the One Piece will not merely follow the original manga, but will reconstruct various elements including episodes and battle scenes. We can expect a new interpretation of Kuma and Dragon's actions, Jinbei's expectations for Luffy, and even Ace's ability as a member of the Seven Warlords of the Sea. This new perspective might reveal hidden motivations and inner thoughts of characters introduced in the One Piece. Episode 1102 focuses primarily on Bartholomew Kuma, unveiling his intentions and how he has been supporting Luffy from the shadows. In this episode, the most significant revelation is Bartholomew Kuma's investment in Luffy's dream. This is the level of the new world. You are not ready yet. Don't come yet. You are the man who will one day save the world. Bartholomew Kuma. These words profoundly signify Kuma's decision to stake his life to save Luffy and his crew in the Sabaody archipelago. Prior to the incident involving the Celestial Dragon at Sabaody, Kuma was summoned by the world government to the Summit War and had promised to attend. This suggests that Kuma might have retained his personality at the time of the war. Despite this, Kuma rescued Luffy and his crew in front of the Navy officers like Kizaru and Sentomaru using the powers of the Paw-Paw fruit, sending them far away. This act implies that Kuma's self-awareness may not have been completely erased after the incident in Water 7. However, this incident undoubtedly tarnished his standing with the world government. Consequently, Kuma used the entirety of his being to aid Luffy. If I have gained any power now, like Nika, I want to save as many unfortunate people as I can. Bartholomew Kuma. These words Kuma declared to Saint Saturn in his youth reflect his dream to protect the oppressed, like Nika. Indeed, the one to fulfill this dream appeared before Kuma. Bartholomew Kuma's actions of aiding Luffy and his crew from the shadows, without revealing much, were actually a reflection of his deep compassion and strategic planning. You see, Kuma accepted his fate of losing his self-awareness as a weapon of the world government, but his greatest wish was to have someone else save the suffering people in his stead. This heartfelt desire was so personal that he didn't even share it with his own daughter, Bonney. Kuma entrusted Bonney with the hope for a happy future, and Luffy with the dream of helping those in need, two different forms of hope as he departed from this world. Given the immense love and expectation Kuma had for Bonney, it's unthinkable that she would ever submit to Saint Saturn. Therefore, the upcoming battle in Egghead between Bonney and Saint Saturn seems highly likely to be their ultimate showdown. Moreover, key figures in the world government deeply connected to Kuma, like Admiral Kizaru, Sengoku, and Vegapunk, appear to be significantly influenced by Kuma's way of life. Even Admiral Kizaru, it seems, is reluctant to truly harm Bonney, Kuma's precious legacy. In essence, the end of Bartholomew Kuma's life has already impacted the actions of Vegapunk and Bonney, and is set to create ripples within the Navy. This might lead to major division within the Navy, splitting into groups loyal to the world government and those rebelling for the sake of justice, potentially a massive foreshadowing of events to come. One of the most poignant moments this time was the heartfelt weeping of the genius science Dr. Vegapunk. When he was about to finally erase Kuma's self-awareness, he outwardly maintained his composure, claiming he would proceed unemotionally. However, this was clearly a facade. In a surge of emotion, he addressed Kuma, saying, "The inconvenience of your death is as numerous as the people who loved you. Listen, Kuma, you are the true hero, for Bonney, for everyone." These words from Dr. Vegapunk reveal the deep bond he shared with Kuma. Previously depicted as a man of conscience, having expelled the mass murderer weapon developer Caesar Clown from the World Government Research Team, Vegapunk's interaction with Kuma showed an even deeper humanity. In fact, Vegapunk desperately negotiated with Saint Saturn to preserve some form of Kuma's consciousness, and was so focused on saving Kuma that he even forgot about his modification of Kuma's hearing. This shows that Vegapunk's relationship with Kuma was not just as a research subject, but as a true friend. His tears were an expression of profound friendship and reverence for Kuma. Respecting Kuma's will above all, Vegapunk integrated a program to protect the Thousand Sunny. Furthermore, he showed his determination to uphold an unseen promise with Kuma by telling Bonney that he had something to pass on to her. And it's possible that Dr. Vegapunk's greatest creation, the Seraphim, may have a mechanism built in to defy the world government. "I have completed a circuit in the brain that switches consciousness like dual personality. Please let me test this," said Dr. Vegapunk, indicating his plan to save Kuma, which was likely appealing to Saint Saturn. This mechanism is probably integrated into the current Seraphim, especially notable in Hancock's Seraphim S-Snake. When S-Snake received orders from Vegapunk, York, it slightly smiled and attacked relentlessly like a combat machine. However, when not under orders, it showed emotions akin to young Hancock, blushing when called cute by Jinbei and showing affection for Luffy. This hints that a circuit for switching consciousness is embedded within. For instance, even if the Seraphim, under the command of the authoritative Saint J. Garcia Saturn, side with the world government, the potential for rebellion exists if Vegapunk activates the switch in consciousness. This scenario might lead to Vegapunk openly defying the world government and possibly reuniting with his old friend Dragon. The poignant moment when Vegapunk, the engineer responsible for erasing Kuma's personality, was tearfully reminiscing about Kuma is unforgettable. Given that the title of episode 110 is Kuma's life, it's almost certain that Kuma has essentially passed away. There might be a slim chance of his consciousness briefly returning, but based on the current depiction, a full revival of Kuma seems highly unlikely. However, it's not all despair. Kuma explicitly entrusted his future to Luffy and Bonney. Particularly, Bonney has experienced Kuma's entire life through a copy of memories created by the Paw-Paw fruit. These memories will undoubtedly be conveyed to Luffy as well. This sets the stage for Luffy and Bonney, the bearers of Kuma's legacy, to naturally form a partnership. However, Kuma's memories themselves likely don't directly relate to major events happening in Egghead. Given that the world government has previously engaged in similar acts like racial discrimination, Kuma's memories alone won't be enough to shake the government. If these memories were spread globally, it might expose the Revolutionary Army, leading to a disadvantageous situation. Therefore, Kuma's memories will probably be shared only with those deeply connected to him, such as Luffy, Dragon, and Ivankov. What then could be this impending major event? Considering the development so far, it's almost certain that Luffy and Bonney will team up. Moreover, characters deeply connected to Kuma like Vegapunk, Kizaru, and Sengoku, and revolutionaries like Dragon and Ivankov are likely to be involved. If the foreshadowed self-destruction mechanism leads to Kuma's demise, these characters could very well come together. One possibility is a ceasefire or alliance forming around Luffy and Bonney, involving pirates, revolutionaries, and some navy forces. Such a turn of events could transcend merely defeating Saint Saturn, challenging the very structure of the world government. This could indeed be the spark of a major counterattack, a true game changer. The full picture of the Egghead incident, stemming from the tragedy of Bartholomew Kuma, is gradually becoming clear in the final chapters of One Piece. It's certain that Luffy and his crew have managed to escape the Navy encirclement, ending the Egghead arc. The next phase of the story is hinted at in the comments made by Ichiro Oda at Jump Festa 2024. If Luffy and his crew safely leave Egghead, will they head to that island? I consider a route where they wouldn't go. But I don't think Luffy can be stopped. If that happens, it'll turn into a battle for that, Ichiro Oda. Oda's annual comments always tease the future of the story. Last year's prediction of that person battling that person coincided with Luffy's fight against Lucci. This eventually turned out to be Luffy versus Kizaru and Bonney versus Saint Saturn. The word unexpected suggests a twist, likely pointing to Bonney's confrontation with Saint Saturn. With Oda's surgery and subsequent breaks in 2023, other matchups might have been considered. However, Egghead has indeed turned into a literal melee, aligning with Oda's declaration last year. Therefore, his current comment is a fairly reliable forecast. First, we must determine which island he refers to, with two likely candidates in mind. The first potential destination is Elbaf, the Kingdom of Giants. This is where Vegapunk has requested Luffy and his crew to visit, making it a highly likely choice. However, Ichiro Oda's comment, "I thought about a route they wouldn't take, but can anyone really stop Luffy?" suggests another possibility. Elbaf, a special place for both Luffy and Usopp, and a significant spot related to Robin's past, seems an unavoidable destination for the Straw Hats. This leads us to consider the alternative, Hachinosu, where Luffy's grandfather Garp is located, currently frozen by Kuzan. If Luffy learns of this, he would likely make a beeline for Hachinosu. Moreover, Oda's comment hint at the possibility of Luffy acting independently. Whether it's Elbaf or Hachinosu, upon arrival, they are expected to battle for that, likely referring to the road poneglyph, especially given Luffy's status as a Four Emperors. If the destination turns out to be Hachinosu, a showdown for the road poneglyph between Luffy and Blackbeard seems inevitable. Conversely, if it's Elbaf, the final road poneglyph might be located there. Continuing from last year, Ichiro Oda hinted at a battle between those two. The fight between them might lead to an unexpected outcome, he said. This could refer to Luffy versus Kizaru or Bonney versus Saint Saturn. If it's Luffy versus Kizaru, we might see Kizaru inheriting Kuma's will and a ceasefire. A battle between Bonney and Saint Saturn could lead to a significant event beyond a mere fight. Another scenario might involve a different pair than last year, potentially pointing towards a clash between Shanks and Blackbeard. Both have demonstrated their power worthy of the Four Emperors title, with Shanks swiftly defeating the Kid Pirates and Blackbeard annihilating Law's Heart Pirates. If their battle occurs on Roadstar Island, it would mark a thrilling climax of the final saga. The victor between Shanks and Blackbeard would emerge as one of the closest to the One Piece. This could set the stage for the ultimate showdown, with the protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, deciding the true pinnacle of piracy. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.